All right, folks, here it is, the official announcement of the 3 new Eric's Trains Appalachian and Western custom runs that we're doing from the Lionel 2026 Volume 2 catalog. All 3 of these custom runs are celebrating 20 years of Eric's Trains, and they are available for pre-order right now at Legacy Station. I'll put pre-order links in the description, in the comments, and up in the corner of the video. Now, I'm going to tell you real fast what the custom runs are, so that if you're in a hurry, if you don't necessarily want to watch this entire video, you'll get the gist of the info and you can go put your pre-order in. And then after I do that, I'll go into more detail on each of the individual custom runs. So, like I said, we're doing 3 custom runs from Lionel's 2026 Volume 2 catalog. We are doing a 484 S3 Northern. I am very excited about this. The name of the locomotive is the Appalachian Star. This is a rough mock-up. All the artwork you're going to see today consists of rough mock-ups. We won't get the final artwork back from Lionel for some time, but we have to get the pre-orders in by a deadline, so that's why you're seeing rough mock-ups. I will be making a few tweaks here and there, and the final artwork will look incredible. Trust me, we've never had a custom run that didn't look incredible. So we've got the S3 Northern. That has a pre-order price of $1,620. We have an Appalachian and Western SD70 ACE. The name of that locomotive is the Appalachian Spirit. The pre-order price on that is $765. And then finally, by popular demand, we're bringing back another bay window caboose. This one has an American flag on it. It looks great. And the pre-order price on that is $134. Now, you don't have to pay for them all right now. You have to put a 10% deposit down now, and then the rest you can pay when these arrive, which I suspect will be 3rd or 4th quarter next year, 2027. You can pre-order all of these right now at legacystation.com or give them a call at 770-339-7780. Okay, now that I got the facts out of the way, let's go into a little bit of detail. So, the reason I'm doing 3 custom runs to celebrate 20 years of Eric's Trains is because I did not do a big boy. When Lionel debuted the new Vision Line Big Boy a few months ago, I was contemplating doing a custom run Big Boy, but I thought, the market's kind of saturated. There's a whole bunch of custom runs, really nice custom runs. I don't want to add to the pile, and it's also a $3,000 locomotive, which is asking people for a whole lot. And so rather than doing a big boy for $3,000, we're doing 3 really cool custom runs, and you can get all 3 of these for less than the cost of the big boy. So now you know why I didn't do a big boy, so that you can get these instead and have 3 instead of 1. Of course, that doesn't mean I won't ever do a big boy, but right now that's just the way I wanted to do it. So the S3 Northern, I am super excited about this. Again, the name of the locomotive is the Appalachian Star. We will be doing matching passenger cars later. I'll talk more about that in a moment, but right now we're just doing the locomotive. This is a rough mock-up, as I said. The final artwork will look much better. I'm probably going to do a little more work balancing it out, reducing a little bit of the red and adding more silver and maybe a little bit of black, but it's going to look incredible. Trust me, I am super excited about this. The 484 Northern is overall my favorite type of steam locomotive, my favorite wheel arrangement. And so, yeah, I am super stoked about doing an S3 Northern, not only because I like the 484, but because the S3 itself is one of my favorite steam locomotives. I've got several of them in my collection already, so this is going to be great. Then we have the Appalachian Spirit SD70 ACE. I wanted to do a diesel because, a lot of people can't afford $1,600 for a steam locomotive, so a diesel is a little bit more affordable. Of course, it'd be great if you got both. That'd be cool. I'm getting both. I'm getting all 3 of these. But anyway, I thought about doing another ES44 like we did. The first run we did was an ES44, but ultimately I decided to go with something different and do an SD70 ACE, and I'm super excited about this. It's got the American flag on it because, of course, 2026, 250 years of America. Again, this is a rough mock-up. I will make some tweaks here and there, but the final artwork, trust me, is going to be amazing. And then finally, we have the return of the bay window caboose. I've had a lot of requests over the last few years to bring back another caboose because a lot of people missed the first caboose that we did. So here's your chance to get a caboose, and this one celebrates 20 years of Eric's Trains, plus it has the American flag sort of celebrating 250 years of America as well. Now, there are certain minimums we have to sell of each of these in order to put them into production. That's why pre-ordering is so important, because we're only going to make as many as we get pre-orders for. You have to sell at least 40 of a locomotive, so we have to sell 40 SD70s and 40 SD3s at least. But for the caboose, we have to sell at least 100. So if you missed the caboose the first time, make sure you get it this time, and hopefully we can get to that 100 threshold and get these things made. And like I said, pre-ordering is vital, because if you don't pre-order it, you won't be able to get it after the fact. It's not one of those things where you can just wait until it's on sale. You have to pre-order it, because that determines how many we're going to have Lionel make. If we get 57 orders for the S3, we are going to have Lionel make 57 S3s, not 58, not 59, 57. So if you don't pre-order the items you want, it's going to be really hard to get them after the fact. You might have to go on eBay and pay a lot more than you'll pay right now by pre-ordering it. Now, when it comes to passenger cars, originally for the S3, I really wanted to do the aluminum Hiawatha style cars that Lionel is doing in the same catalog, but a 4-pack of those cars is $1,400. And unlike the locomotives where we only have to sell 40, we have to sell 100 of those 4-car sets. And I didn't think that was fair, asking for 100 people to order a $1,400 4-car set. So we're not going to do the aluminum cars. What we're going to do is another set through Atlas. We just got the Appalachian Mountaineer 4-pack last week, and they look incredible. So we're going to go back to Atlas and do some matching cars for the Appalachian Star and locomotive. So in the end, what you're going to have are 2 sets of passenger cars. One that matches the Appalachian Mountaineer locomotive that we already did, and a set of passenger cars that match the Appalachian Star S3 locomotive that we're about to do. Now, for the Appalachian Mountaineer, we started off with the 4-pack. We are going to do some add-on cars. I've had a lot of people ask me, are you going to do more cars? Yes. We are probably going to do an additional 2-pack or another 4-pack at some point. So that train will be expandable at some point in the future. And the same thing for the Appalachian Star. We'll start off with a 4-pack at some point and then add on cars over time. But of course, we have to wait until Atlas is going to do those passenger cars again before we can do that. So the passenger cars for the Appalachian Star and the additional cars for the Appalachian Mountaineer, those will come later. Right now, we're just focusing on these 3 custom runs from Lionel. So again, the prices, the pre-order price for the S3 is $1,620. Not cheap, I get it. The pre-order price for the SD70 is $765. And the pre-order price for the caboose is $134. You only have to put down a 10% deposit now, and then the rest you can pay when these arrive. And again, I suspect these will arrive either 3rd or 4th quarter of next year, 2027. Now, whenever I do a new custom run, there's always 1 or 2 people in the comments who say, well, I can't afford that. And hey, that's okay. If you can't afford these, it's not the end of the world. You know, these trains are expensive, especially high-end trains like these, and they're not going to be affordable to everybody. But I tried to do my best to have different price points. You know, we've got the really expensive steam engine, we've got the sort of mid-priced SD70, and then we've got the caboose at the lowest tier. So hopefully most people can find something in there that they can afford, and hopefully you can get all 3. I'm getting all 3. But, you know, you get what you can afford, and if you can't afford it, it's not the end of the world. But I really do hope we get enough pre-orders to put all 3 of these into production. Super excited about them. You can pre-order these right now at LegacyStation.com. Again, I'll put links in the description, down in the comments, and in the video. Or you can call Legacy Station at 770-339-7780, and they'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Anyway, I hope you guys like these new custom runs. I, for one, am super excited about them and can't wait for them to arrive, assuming we get enough pre-orders. So that's going to do it for now. I'm Eric Siegel. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. discuss this model or any other O-gauge model, or just to talk trains in general, check out the OGR online forum at ogrforum.com. My neighbor is literally running his lawnmower on the other side of this wall. I gotta stop.